Ben, tell me about Club Car's race down at Turfway in her first start of the year to kind of get going. What'd you see?
Well, I thought she ran well. I don't think she's although she's run, that's now 3 seconds on the synthetic surfaces. I still think she's better on dirt. We had her entered the week before at Aqueduct. She was the favorite. It looked like a really good spot. Shipped all the way up there, and then Aqueduct canceled. So it was total like just kind of scramble mode at that point. So we got a race in her, and that's the main thing. I thought she ran well, and I think she's trained well since and should progress from the race.
How does you train her on synthetic?
Yeah, because we train her here in the winter, so that's the only track we have. So when we get back to the dirt, we always take advantage as soon as we can.
How have you seen her mature in any way? Does she challenge you in any way as she's gotten older as a trainer?
No, she's very, very consistent. I mean, she hadn't been off the board in I think 2 years now. She runs her race every time, and she's really consistent in her training. I think the only difference is when she was early on in her career, she was such a good workhorse, and I'd work her, and she'd work 5/8 and 59. And you're like, man, and you'd run her, and she wouldn't run that good. So we've kind of spaced her works further back from her races, and don't let her work as hard in the morning. And since we've done that as an older filly, she seems to have really progressed. And I think maybe a little bit of it, she was just putting so much into her morning training and her breezes that maybe it was taking a little starch out of her over the afternoons.
Once she gets into a race, what's the key to getting her to run her best and at this 7 furlong distance?
She's a tricky horse a little bit because she's got like a big turn of foot, but as any horse with a turn of foot, they can only sustain that run for a certain amount of time. So she's got like this 3/16 run. So and she doesn't like being rushed. She likes to be held together early on in her race and make those one run in a race. So it's just that's the key to it, is just judging the pace. If the pace is slow, she's a little closer. If the pace is really fast, she should be a little further off of it. I think looking at the Madison, there should be plenty of pace, so that won't be a problem.
Anything else you're really excited about in the barn for the meet?
I mean, there's a few coming up. You never know really here. It's just so tough, but we're preparing for this meet, and we'll run our as many as we can here, and I'm sure something will jump up, but everybody's coming into it good. So I mean, it's hard to say like, oh, I'm gonna win this race or that race here. It's just really deep water.